Man, I don't know what's going on, y'all. Look, bear with me, man. This is new for me, man. This is really, really new for me. This is really new for me. And to be honest, I'm really not liking how this okay. That's more like it right there, y'all. That's more like it right now. Let me see if I can get some people back in here, because you know what? Okay, Janelle Rodriguez, welcome to the Live Reflection. Hey, let me tell y'all something, man. This is new for me, y'all, so bear with me. All this is new for me, man. Facts, we back. I had to come back, so I got a bogus thumbnail up there, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Y'all drop them names if y'all can hear me, though, man. Drop them names if y'all can hear me. Feel me? I want y'all to go ahead, let them know we live on Facebook. I messed up my first live. I messed it up because I don't know how to work this, y'all, to be honest, man. I do not know how to work this, man. That's a fact. So, hey, it is what it is. Tiffany Jones, welcome to the Live Reflection. Say, and you get the notifications in there, Rodriguez. That's what's up. This is where a lot of our lectures going to be at from now on, man. We're going to be, a lot is going to be over here. When we going deep into detail, this is what we're going to be at on live. I like how I show over here too, y'all. Even though I'm looking a little scraggly. This is my first live, so y'all bear with me. I don't know how to work this, man, over here. Janelle Rodriguez, y'all like it up, man. Like it up as y'all come in so we can grow in the algorithm. I want y'all to also share this, man. Share it. Let everybody know on Facebook that we live over here. Feel me? I don't know how that thumbnail go. Yeah, it is. It's very clear, man. I'm looking rough, man. Too clear for my liking. Looking rough. So, y'all like it up and share it, man. Y'all know what it is, man. We finna cut up for a little minute over here, man. Let me see if I got enough juice, man. I don't know how to keep y'all mess y'all stuff up either. Shonda, I see you in the building, man. Please like it up. Like it up as you come in, man. It's 14 people in here yet, and still was only 2 likes. Kevin, welcome to the Live Reflection. Austin, welcome to the Live Reflection. I only see 2 likes. I'll like it up. So, you know, we can grow in the algorithm. There's 16 people in here. What them likes at? Please, Jamil, you say please cut up, huh? We're talking about the moon today, y'all. We're going to be talking about this moon that we see every day, man. Shonda, peace, Journey. Thanks for dropping them nines. Chase, thanks for dropping them nines. Reflection. Y'all like it up. There's 17 people in here. Like it up, y'all. Like it up. I want y'all to kind of. I got my notes today, y'all. I took the time to really get into some notes today, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. So, looking for a like button. It should be somewhere around there. It should be a like button. Somewhere. It depends on where you're watching it from. Now, if you're watching it from your television, then you might not be able to. You might not have a like button. Okay. So, I want to give everybody enough time to notice that we live, y'all. I don't want to just jump right into this lecture, man. So I'm gonna take the time to go ahead and give me some. I'm gonna take this time to give me some of my. I'm gonna light me up some stuff. Let me give me some let me take this time out so I can get some put some good intentions into the air, y'all. We're gonna put some herbs out here. Y'all like it up. Please like it up. I'm getting everybody the time to see if they can come in. If they see we live over here. This is our first live on YouTube, man. We in here. Edwin Lopez, welcome to the live. Alex Dupree, welcome to the Live Reflection. Y'all like it up, man. Like it up as y'all come in and share it, man. So other people will know that we live on YouTube, man. Matter of fact, I'll do us one better. Let me see. I'm gonna do. Dang, you know what? I'm gonna do us one better, man. Let me see. Give me a second. Yeah, y'all. I don't know what happened, man. Y'all got to understand, man. I've never been live on YouTube before, man. So I'm just learning. Matter of fact, I had to have my wife come in and help me learn how to get on this one. It's crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. I ain't no computer whiz, man. Let me see something, though. Gonna go ahead and let people know that we live on Facebook so we can see. Y'all like it up as y'all come in. It's 23 people in here. I only got 16 likes, man. Please like it as you come in. And I wouldn't mind if you shared it as well, man. That'll help us, let other people know that we live today. Feel me? We a young channel. We are a young channel. Queen Anne, welcome to the live. I'm giving everybody some time to come in. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give everybody a little time to come in here. Feel me? Yeah, and still, I don't even know how to look, y'all. I'm all over the place. I don't know nothing. Okay, y'all drop them nines as y'all come in. Drop them nines as y'all come in, man. Giving everybody a little time to come in. 24 people will. Let me see. I'm trying to see how can I go live from my laptop so I can let other people know that we live over here. Trying to see. You say just switch from on Facebook to follow you here. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh, okay. Are you telling me you just switched from Facebook to follow me over here? I'm new to this. I created this just to follow you, God. I don't know how to like it. I don't know how to like it either, bro. Look, I think you got to go back outside of the page, man, and do it. You feel me? I don't know what I'm doing over here either, y'all. This is my first time going live on this platform. So y'all gonna have to bear with me as well, y'all. You feel me? Anisha, peace reflection. What, Journey Harper? What you say? They restricted your message for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Exit the chat. That's how you do it. The thumbs up is like the like. Yeah, it is. Okay. See, look at this. I need to call her back in here so I can figure out how do I do this on my page. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'm trying to figure out how do I go live over here. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Man, I need to go. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I got to figure out how I'm going to go live on this other platform so I can let other people know that I'm live over here. Okay, I'm right here. Look. Let me see. We going to get it together. We most definitely is, Chase. We most definitely going to get it together. How do I do this? How do I do live over here? Familiar. Hey, look, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Oh, you like this chat? That's when my wife brought me this, man. Yeah. For my videos, when I do my videos.
Hi, man.
Let me see. See, look, we over here. I'm trying to see, man. It should be a button where I put up all my stuff at. I don't know, man. Let me see, man. Okay, well, here's it right here. Let me see. Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm finna go live.
I'm finna go live right here. Let me see, go there. I gotta let people know I'm in here. Trying to let people know. Give me a second, y'all. Thanks. We got 31 people in here, man. Y'all like it up as y'all come in, please. Trying to get people, let people know we live over here. Why I gotta do all this? It's too much, man. This is just too much. Okay, go live. What's going on, bro? Bro, they trying to throw me to a loose. Okay, it's something with my live video about one. Let me see. Trying to get everybody here. 29 people. We got 29. Y'all like it up as y'all come in. We got 24 likes, so we ain't too far off, man. Two. Let me see. They say this camera don't support it. Do I gotta use this one? Let me see. They saying this camera don't support it.
It don't support you going live on here?
Yeah, it's saying it don't support me going live. Okay. Tell me to download something. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, y'all. It don't even want to let me go live from this laptop to let people know that I'm live.
YouTube or Facebook?
This camera, yeah, YouTube. Facebook don't want to let me go live from this laptop. See, because I'm trying to do it off the laptop, y'all. So they giving me a hard time trying to go live. I want to let everybody know we live real fast. All right.
On Facebook?
Yeah, peace. They say peace and love, God is for assisting God. They tell you thank you for helping. She said, no problem. So look, let me see, hold on, let me see something. I'm just gonna drop
A video saying, hey, I'm live, everybody.
I'm just gonna tell everybody that I'm live. Let me see. Okay. I just put a post up there to let everybody know that we was live right now, y'all. And I mean, hopefully, this gets some people attention and they start to join this live, man. But until then, man, we're just gonna go ahead and try to jump right into this live, man, and gonna get down to the nitty gritty of it all, man. This is gonna be a good live. You feel me? I like that smell. This is gonna be a good live. Janelle Rodriguez, man, we finna jump into this, y'all. All right. So as y'all can tell by the title, which this is really supposed to have another title or another whatever thumbnail up there for you guys to be able to see exactly what it is that we're gonna be talking about today. You feel me? So right now we're gonna be talking about this moon, man. Okay. And so you feel me? I know a lot of y'all, I'm gonna speak for myself because I know when going to school and stuff like that, man. It wasn't too much in school that I was taught about the moon. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's the question that I want to ask y'all, man. Can y'all tell me what it is that you learned about in school concerning to the moon and how it came to be a part of our atmosphere? You feel me? What is it that y'all heard about the moon? Because for some odd reason, we have this moon in our solar system right now that is by the law of science is not supposed to be in our atmosphere, y'all. And so We've spoken on this subject on several occasions. Right. You say you didn't learn about it. I didn't learn either. You want to know why? You want to know why we ain't learned nothing? Because technically this moon is not supposed to be a part of our atmosphere. Okay? It's not supposed to be about our atmosphere, a part of our atmosphere, right? And so, with that being said, y'all know we spoke on this. We spoke on this incident. We spoke on this moon on several occasions, y'all. This wouldn't be the first time where I've spoken on this moon. And I told y'all once before that this moon was a draconian reptilian spaceship, right? I told y'all that this moon that we see every day is not a real moon. You say the cow jumps over the moon. Let me see. I can't see y'all stuff like that. He say the cow jumps over the moon. Rick Boy, peace reflection. So I told y'all on several occasions, I said, look, man, this moon that we see is not the original moon that is supposed to be in our atmosphere, okay? And that's because the moon that actually was a part of our atmosphere was blown away. But when I say this, you have to understand that there was no moon to begin with. All right? There was actually no moon to begin with from the get-go, right? And this is why when you go to school, they don't teach you about these things. I'm trying to find the right lighting and the right height. Give me a second, y'all. They don't teach us about this type of stuff. You feel me? Hold on, give me a second. Trying to sit this stuff up right, man. Okay. See if we can get this sitting up a little higher. All right, we're gonna get it going in the watch this. See if I can get this up. I gotta rig some, y'all. That's what I gotta do. Okay. Right. Okay. Right, okay. So the reason they don't teach us about this moon, man, is because there was a point in time where, we had no moon. And it's a lot of ancient civilizations that spoke on the fact that there was a point in time where, that the planet that we reside in right now did not have a moon, okay? And prior to this, I've told you guys on several occasions that this moon that we see is not real. It's a spaceship, all right? And so as I started to do my research on this moon, I started to notice that they would call this moon a satellite. They would say that this moon was a natural satellite to this planet. All right. And so, me being a words person, I wanted to look into the definition of what the word satellite meant. All right. And this is how, look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is how they play, right? They try to they use words knowing that we are so distracted in this realm that we stay in. They use these words knowing that you will not look into it enough to figure out what the truth is, okay? But you ain't got to worry about that. That's why you got me, right? So as I looked up the definition to the word satellite, I'm gonna look into this for y'all because we got this laptop over here. So let me show y'all what the word satellite means, okay? This is how they do y'all, right? Definition of the word satellite, okay? Okay. You know what, Joe? Artificial body placed in orbit around the Earth or moon. Okay, that ain't, look, let me tell y'all something, man. This is not the definition that, I don't know what type of games Google play, but as I looked into the word satellite, right, earlier, the word satellite meant spacecraft or spaceship. Yeah, matter of fact, it says space station, space capsule, spacecraft. You feel me? Artificial satellite. So this is what the word satellite means, because For those of you who are just joining, we're talking about the moon, man, okay? And we're talking about the word that they tell you. They tell you that the moon is a natural satellite to the planet, which we understand that the moon is not natural to this planet because there are many civilizations that state that this moon was not here long before. And this it all goes back to a lot of biblical context that we read and things like this. Okay, so when you talk about the moon, then you have to understand that the original moon that did come from this planet came around the time that Nibiru, it starts from where Nibiru was. We spoke about how Nibiru, at one time, this planet would launch to go out and look for minerals and natural resources um, from other planets, okay, to help, revitalize this planet's atmosphere at the time. So it would go into space and actually look for minerals and natural resources to help, like such as diamond, gold, so on and so forth. You understand what I'm saying? And so when this spaceship went out during this period of time, um, this particular time that it went out and it was passing, I want to say Neptune. It was passing what was it passing? I think it was passing Neptune, y'all. One of these planets it was passing. And I'm thinking it's Neptune because Neptune it was passing Neptune around the time Neptune was having an electrical storm, okay? And so as it was passing Neptune, this electrical storm caused it to go off of path, which also caused it to crash into a planet by the name of Meldeck. Okay. And so if you heard me speak about the planet Meldeck, then you understand that this planet was inhabited at the time by what we see in the movie today as that's known as the Greys. And also it was also inhabited by draconian reptilians at the time, all right? And so when this spaceship crashed into this planet, all right, this planet thought that it was under attack and it sent out 4 battleships that were meant to attack this space to attack Nibiru, right? And so Nibiru being more advanced in technology, they were unable to attack it because it activated a gravitational field around itself, which caused these 4 ships that were known to be the 4 winds. You can look up these ships right now. Look them up. They're called the 4 winds. It caused them to be to be deactivated in terms of their technology and things like that. Okay, so these ships, it caused the ships to shut down, all right, and to be pulled into its gravitational pull, all right, and so they were drug along with the ship. And I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. So just stay here with me. I'm going somewhere with this. It caused them to be pulled along, right? Caused this ship to be pulled along with it, right? And so it also this bad going off of balance when this happened as they were coming past Uranus. It caused Uranus, I think, somehow moved from its original place, and this also caused their ship to basically go off of its path and run right into the planet Earth at the time. Okay, you feel me? They caused it to run into the planet Earth. And so to make a long story short, you have to understand that before Nibiru actually made it to this planet, it was other people who inhabited this planet, right? And they sent out ships because they felt like they were under attack at that time. And a slight war kicked off, which caused Nibiru to shift and caused one of those planets, one of those satellites that was attached to the planet, to the ship at the time, to come crashing down into this planet, which is what you see when you see the Grand Canyon. Okay, so a part of the Grand Canyon, that part ended up going into the sky. Okay, and created what was known at the time to be our moon. All right, so I'm not here to say that the moon was not natural at one point in time, but somewhere along that line, you have to understand that that moon was blew away. But way before this happened, there is an account of a certain group of people that say that we did not have a moon, that there was no moon on this planet. Okay, and one of those people are the Zulu. The Zulu, it's an African tribe by the name of Zulu. Okay, and so they gave a historical account of a time when there was no moon and how the moon actually came into our atmosphere and what it caused back coming into our atmosphere. So you have to understand that before the moon actually came to our atmosphere, that what you see right now in terms of seasons, there was no such thing as seasons. Okay? There was no winter, no fall, no summer. It was only one steady season. All right? And so when I did my research, I'm gonna read this a little bit, which I don't like really reading because I feel like it's gonna throw us off a little bit. But I want to let y'all know what they said, how they say that the planet was before this moon came into our atmosphere. Okay? And this is Zulu mythology about the moon, okay? So it says Zulu Shaban Credo Mutwa said that the Zulu legends believed the moon to be hollow and the home of the Python or the reptilians, a race of intelligent extraterrestrials. A race of intelligent extraterrestrials. The legend states that the moon was brought here hundreds of generations ago by two brothers, Wawan and Panku, whatever his name is, who were the leaders of the reptilian extraterrestrials. These two were known as the Water Brothers, and they both had a scaly skin like fish. This tale was very similar to the Mesopotamia and Sumerian accounts about the two chief leader brothers, Enlil and Enki. Now we know Enlil and Enki are the two brothers of the Anunnaki gods. If you know anything about the Anunnakis, then you know that these two were brothers, okay? And they actually fought over the position over the planet on Nibiru and things like that. That's a whole nother story, a whole nother vlog, okay? So if you don't know who Enlil and Enki is, then you might want to go research that a little bit, all right? But it says that this tale is very similar to the Mesopotamia and Sumerian account about the two chief leader brothers Enlil and Enki, lords of the earth. Credo continues telling the Zulu legends of how Wawang and M. Manku stole the moon from it. Wait, stole the egg. Stole what the fuck? Stole the moon stole the moon, the form of an egg, from a great fire dragon and emptied out the yolk until it was hollow. Then they rolled the moon across the sky to the earth, which brought the cataclysmic events of this planet that ended the golden age of the past, okay? It's a Credo Mutwa claims that the earth was very different. Now you have to understand, this is Zulu mythology that I'm reading, and they're trying to tell you how the earth was before this moon was found to be inside of our atmosphere. Okay? They're telling you that at one point there was no moon. Okay? So Credo Mutwa claims that the earth was very different then it is now before the moon had arrived. There weren't any seasons, and the planet was perpetually engulfed by a canopy of water vapor. Okay? So what you have to understand, when we talk about water vapor and things like this, it's almost like a misty sky. When you come out on a foggy day and it's misty and it's kind of moistury like that, this is what they're trying to tell you that the planet looked like at the time. You feel me? It's a people did not feel the strong glare of the sun that we do now, and they could only see it through a watery mist. Okay? It says the earth was once a beautiful place, a lovely place, lush and green with giant redwoods, violets, and ferns with gentle drizzle and mist. The water canopy fell to the earth, and the cataclysm of rain when the moon was put into a place. When the moon was put into place in the Earth's orbit. This is a symbol. This is symbolized in the Bible when it rains for 40 days and 40 nights. So when we hear, we have to understand is when you talking about religious context and the depictions that they are giving you inside of these religion books, you have to understand that they are describing a group of extraterrestrial beings that inhabited this planet during that period of time. Okay? So a lot of those stories that they're telling you are about these extraterrestrials, okay? And so basically what I just read was, now, when you know about redwoods and things like that, if you ever heard of sequoias, then that's what a sequoia tree is, okay? You have to understand, before this moon came into our atmosphere, we had a lot of, let me show you what verns is and stuff like that. For those of you who don't actually know what sequoias is, sequoias are like some of the tallest trees in the world, bro. Like, they still have sequoia parks and things like that. So let me show you what this is. I want to show you what a sequoia is. Because this is what we had. These trees, bro, are so tall, it's ridiculous, bro. Look. These are the depictions of sequoia trees. And see, you have to understand it. You know, when we came into this atmosphere, hold on, let me wipe off my thing. You have to understand it before. Let me wipe my camera off. So now look, let me show you what these is. These trees. What you see right now when you look at trees, bro, these ain't nothing but big tall bushes. Let me see. These are nothing but big tall bushes. Okay, so these are sequoia trees. And they're way taller than what those trees are way taller than what they told us. What they tell us are now trees. So this is what they tell you that the planet look like. All right. It says the arrival of the moon and the reptile. So another thing. What else was it saying? It said the arrival. What does it say? And so it also tells you that they give you the story of the 40 days and 40 nights in the moon, right? And they saying that when this moon was brought into our atmosphere, it caused this mist and all this rain that was in the air. Because you have to understand, before the moon actually came into our atmosphere, it was like when you would come out in the day and it would be a foggy day and it would be like moisty mist, like as if like it was a constant drizzle or something. This is how the planet looked. They saying that the planet was very, very green, full of sequoia trees, ferns and things like that. Meaning, like, let me show you what I want to give you a picture of ferns. Is it watery canopy observed cataclysm? Okay. I want to show you what redwoods is. What are redwoods? This is what redwoods are, sequoia trees. But I want to show y'all what else this planet. This planet was very lush and green. So the moon caused, us to become in the state that we are now. You feel me? Right. You feel me? The moon caused us to have the state that we are now. What does it say? Redwoods. Let's see. Right, so redwoods, we know that redwoods are sequoia trees. Let's see. Ferns. Let me see. Ferns. And ferns. Let me see what this is, bro. So it was full of a lot of these too right here, y'all. A lot of this. It was very green with these type of trees. And it had a lot of violets. I'm pretty sure y'all know what violets is. What violets are. All right? So this is how the planet was before, before this moon actually came into our system, okay? Into our atmosphere. And they said once this moon actually came into our atmosphere, now this is Zulu legend. This is African trap. I'm gonna have to believe these legends, y'all, because you have to understand that a lot of the things that they want us to believe that is fake is actually real, okay? They tell you that it's a myth, but a lot of our ancestors were here before we was, and I'm gonna have to take their word on it. It's kind of hot in here, y'all. My wife like heat. All right. So once this moon came into the atmosphere, it caused all this mist and this water to drop. And because, it was a lot of mist and water, this is how it was, right? It caused it to rain for 40 days and 40 nights. This is where you get the biblical context where it says that it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. It also brought on the great flood that we know about the Bible. This is what they're saying. This is what, not only them, but I have other people that I'm going to show y'all that say the same thing. Okay? And so they say the arrival of the moon and the reptilians changed everything on the earth. It modified the earth's rotation and angle. The earth turned over on its axis as we are upside down. And the legend says and brought more powerful tidal systems that once had been much calmer. Women did not have menstruate before the moon arrived. So this moon also caused women to have menstrual cycles. So for a lot of y'all who want to know why you have menstrual cycles in terms of the women, the moon is telling you why you have menstrual cycles. I mean, it's because of the moon. Whatever effect that this moon is having on our planet, it caused women to bleed every so often. You see what I'm saying? So it says Zulus and other native African accounts say the moon was built far, far away to keep an eye on people and as a vehicle to travel the universe. Credo says that the reptilian giant mothership, which I told you guys it was a mothership. I've been told you that. So you have to understand when you talk about the planet Nibiru and things like that, then you understand that Nibiru is nothing but a mothership. It's a sun, a planet, and a mothership. Now, a mothership is as big as a planet. That's what you have to understand. Okay? You feel me? Right. They made us believe, Brandon Harris say they made us believe that it's natural when it's not. See, that's one of the theories that they have about the moon. They try to tell you that the moon evolved around the same time that this planet was made, which that is a lie. And I'm gonna bust that theory right now by showing you that there's many accounts of different people who have come along and said that this moon is not supposed to be on our planet. And it's scientifically proven that the moon is actually too big to even be in our atmosphere. The weight of the moon being as big as it is, and being our this planet being the size that they claim it is, because we know that everything is fake. You understand what I'm saying? So they're saying that this moon is too heavy for that. This moon should actually come crashing down onto the planet. But we ain't gonna get too ahead of ourselves, right? We ain't gonna get too ahead of ourselves. All right. So it says Zulus and other Native American accounts say the moon was built far, far away to keep an eye on people and as a vehicle to travel the universe. Credo says the reptilian giant mothership is the moon, and that's where they escaped to during the cataclysm of the Great Flood, which they had caused by manipulating the moon and creating other cosmic events. So this moon is what caused the Great Flood. See, a lot of our ancestors say that before the Great Flood, before it rained 40 days and 40 nights, they did not see the moon in the air. After the flood happened, after the raining of the 40 days and 40 nights, this is when they first spotted the moon into the sky, okay? And so I'm just proving you that I'm trying to bust this theory, because the first theory that they try to say is that this moon was created when, this is what scientists try to say, that the moon was created, or whoever that's in charge, they want you to believe that the moon was created around the same time that the planet was created. Now, what I'm trying to say is that I do believe that once that one of those reptilian ships crashed into this planet, we did at one point have a moon, but it didn't cause the effect of what is going on right now. And somehow, some way, they pushed that moon out of our atmosphere and put this new moon that we see right now, which is the moon of Kingu. We spoke about this moon. When we talk about the moon of Kingu is the moon of sleep. It helps us it helps the spell of sleep stay cast over us and keep us rooted in our lower chakra, which wants us to be worshiping the material things. So this is what this moon does. It enforces that. All right. And so then you have other people that come along, other ancestors, other people who came along, such as the Arcadians. They say that this moon did not exist at one point. They say the Arcadians in Greece, before being inhabited by the Hellenes, had a population of Pelesians, and that these Aborigines occupied the land already before there was a moon in the sky above the earth. For this season, they were called Proselynes. So these are called the Proselynes, bro. They're saying that the Arcadians in Greece, before being inhabited by the Hellenes, had a population of whatever that is, and that these aboriginals occupied the land already before there was a moon in the sky. So basically what they're saying is that at one point it was no moon in the sky. You feel me? It's a Apollonius And Rose mentioned the time when not all the orbs were yet in the heavens before a Danny and whatever races came to existence, and only the Arcadians lived, of whom it is said that they dwelt on the mountains and fed on acorns before there was a moon. These are other ancestral tribes that are telling you that there was no moon at one point on this planet that we stay in. So for me, that makes me wonder, like, what is this moon and what purpose does it serve in terms of being in this realm that we stay in? You feel me? Because our ancestors, which is the Zulu, the Sumerians, and the Mayans, are saying that this moon was inhabited by these reptilians, and they use this moon as a spaceship to manipulate the weather and things like that, so that basically, this is what caused the so that we can have seasons, so that women will have a menstrual cycle and things like that. This is where you get the 30 nights. This is where you get the rain that came from 40 days to 40 nights. Say the guy on TikTok filmed the moon coming out of a portal through the night's cloud. The light showed it. Wow. Research. FX Jungle Boy. I had to look this up, bro. I had to dig for this, bro. I was infatuated because for whatever reason, I've been feeling like, man, this moon is not real. We've been seeing this moon out every day. Every day we've been seeing this moon out in the middle of the day, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 o'clock in the, you know what I'm saying? And this moon will still be out all day. So I said, you know what? I'm finna research this moon. I want to get down to the nitty gritty of it all. You feel me? And so then you got, see, this is what it is. A lot of us say, a lot of people want to say that they have relationships with the Almighty and things like that, but we fail. And me, myself, I'm not saying that I know everything. I know a lot of scriptures and things like that, but we fail to do the research that is necessary to even get this information. Because we have Bible context that tells us that there was a time where there was no moon. Job 25, verse 5, the grandeur of the Lord who makes peace in the heights is praised, and in the time it mentioned, and the time is mentioned before there was a moon, and it did not shine. Okay, so Job 25 verse 5 is telling you that there was a time where there was no moon, and the moon did not shine. Okay, so where did this moon come from? Then you also got Psalm 72 verse 5. It is said that thou was feared since the time of the sun and before the time of the moon, and generations of generations. So they saying that it was generations way before this where the moon did not exist. And look what I'm looking up. What does that say? That says the earth without a moon, without the moon. You feel me? So these people are saying, the Bible is telling you that there was a time that there was no moon in the sky. So first and foremost, that lets me know that we don't need the moon, because the moon serves no purpose. Because before the moon came, this planet was just fine. Okay? And so you see the Zulu, our ancestors say what? They use this moon to watch over everybody, to make sure basically that we doing what that we need to do, because they can use this moon to orbit the whole planet to be able to see what is going on, okay? And so, I got also some material here where I want to show y'all that this moon is hollow. This moon is not what they try to tell you it is. They try to tell you that the moon is a rock. It was a planet that basically, it's a planet, basically. It's rocks. But I got material in here, you feel me, that basically says that this moon is not a planet. We're going to get into that too. But let's go on to another group of people. The Indians of the Bugada Highlands in the eastern Cordilleras of Colombia relate some of their tribal reminiscences to the time before there was a moon. In the earliest time when the moon was not yet in the heavens, says the tribesmen Shabiskas, whatever that is. I ain't saying I know how to pronounce every word, y'all, but y'all get the point. Even the Indians are saying that it was a time that it was no moon on this planet. So this in itself, and these people came way before we came, this in itself should make it clear as day to you guys that this moon is not real. You say the moon is like a dead planet. Carlita Nelson, I want to let you look. The moon is not even a planet. It's not supposed to be I'm finna kill that myth too. The moon is not a planet. I'm finna show y'all how. Okay? So now we prove that this moon is technically not supposed to be in our atmosphere. The Samaritans are saying, the Arcadians, the Samaritans, the Arcadians, the Indians, the Mayans, the Zulu tribe, they're all saying that this moon did not exist at one point in our atmosphere. You feel me? They all saying that this moon did not exist at one point in our atmosphere, and these people lived way before us. And one of them even said generations and generations and generations before. So even before they saying that, they saying even before they were born, they were saying that their ancestors before them and their ancestors before them and their ancestors before them said that this moon was not in our sky. Let he who has eyes see clearly. Okay? Because it's some bullshit going on. There's a lot of people involved. You hear me? It's a lot of people involved. What is this moon doing? And then we just look with understanding that when we looked into the definition of what the word satellite means, because they call the moon a natural satellite of the planet. You feel me? So that made me want to look into the definition of the word satellite. We started to understand that the word satellite means spacecraft or spaceship. You feel me? So they put it blatantly in your face. They tell you what it is. It's a spacecraft or a spaceship. Okay? And so then we go into what they trying to tell you what the second theory was, y'all. Okay? Now they saying the second theory is that the moon was formed in the vicinity of the Earth, but in a different part of the solar system and was later captured by the Earth. So what they trying to say is that this moon was actually formed outside of our solar system and eventually came into our solar system and passed up our planet and then was caught by its gravitational pull and started to basically get into the rotation that it's in now, okay? You say it's like a Star Wars Death Star? It probably is. I'm telling you what it is, bro. It's a one nation under surveillance. That's fact. You feel me? I'm telling you what it is. It's a spaceship, bro. So yeah, what they saying is that, okay, another theory that we have is that, okay, one of the theories that they want to give you is that because once they started to tell you, once they couldn't say that this moon was basically formed around the time that this planet was formed, and you know, it was natural. It's a natural satellite of this planet, which we know a satellite now just from learning the definition. The word satellite means spaceship or spacecraft. You feel me? So once they couldn't get you, once you start to realize that, you know, well, not just me, but the other people who have done research, because you have to understand, research only means to research what someone else has already searched. So all I'm doing is researching. I'm researching and finding what someone else has already found out about this planet. You feel me? Vicky Mirror, what's up, Reflection? You feel me? And they have the nerve to tell us that we walked on the moon. That's facts. Come on, we already know that they never walked on the moon, bro. You feel me? That's a lie in itself, bro. Whatever Buzz Aldrin told you that. Woke 3, welcome to the live Reflection. You feel me? So now look, then they tell you after people found out that this moon was not originally part of our atmosphere, they went on to try to change the narrative because this is what they do. Because you have to understand, they know the importance of re-indoctrinating every generation that comes along. You feel what I'm saying? So now they had to say, okay, they're going to find out that that's a lie. Let's go ahead and make up another narrative. Now this moon formed somewhere outside of our galaxy. It eventually made its way into this galaxy and then came past the planet and then got caught up in the planet's gravitational pull and started to rotate around the planet. So, you know, me being the type of person that I am, man, me being the God that I am, I had to do my research on that. I wanted to know, okay, did this man, is it possible? Is it in any way possible that this moon could have got caught up in our gravitational pull as it came past? You feel me? So I went on here and I looked that up. And here's my findings. Let me tell you what the findings are. Okay? I'm going to show you what the findings are when it comes to that. Okay, so we have a scientist. I found a scientist called Irwin. Okay, Irwin Shapiro, Shapiro, who works at the Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics. And he said, looking at the anomalies and unanswered questions about the moon, he said the best explanation for the moon is observational error. It does not exist. This scientist, Irwin Shapiro, said that the best explanation for this moon is that it does not exist. It's observational error. We shouldn't even be seeing this moon right now. Okay? And he said, Irwin Shapiro said, it is a respected figure in astrophysics. Its research includes using gravitational lenses. This is who he is. Irwin is a respected figure in astrophysics. His research includes using gravitational lenses to assess the age of the universe. So this is somebody that, look, and we all understand that, we have to use common sense in situations like this. We all understand that, we don't need somebody with these made up fucking whatever they want to call certificates to tell us what is already common sense. We don't need that. Okay? We don't need that. Right. Kevin Strickland say the two suns kept it tropical here, okay? You have to understand that this planet at one point was so dense and hot, and this is because it was always misty and hot, okay? As I just told you, before this moon came into our atmosphere, it was like a fog. Like when you would come out early in the morning, the fog would be down on the ground. That's how it was, and it was if it already was draining. You could not feel the rays coming through that mist. So how we feel the rays right now, you could not feel it until the moon came in and caused all that mist and water to drop down, which is where you got the rain from 40 days to 40 nights. You could not feel that at first. This is how the flood came along. You understand what I'm saying? Because this moon entered our atmosphere. All right. And so because it was like he just said, we had two suns, it was always hot, right? And it was like a misty, moisty feeling. Because we all know how it is. Imagine how it is when it's raining outside, because we all know how it feels when it rains outside and then the sun comes out right after it rains. The humidity is crazy. And that's how it felt on this planet. It was always hot. You see what I'm saying? Before this moon was dragged into our atmosphere by these draconian reptilians. All right? And you ain't hearing from me. You heard this from our ancestors. You feel me? Right. You feel me? Kalita say you have planets with three suns. You heard this from the Zulu tribe, the Samaritans, the Mayans, the Arcadians, the Proselynes, meaning the people who lived before the moon. They told you that it was no moon on this planet at one point. And when the moon arrived, they told you that women did not have menstrual cycles until this moon arrived to our planet. So before this moon arrived to our planet, our women did not have menstrual cycles. There was no such thing as a season. You feel me? It was no such thing as a season. So this moon coming into our atmosphere, not only did it cause the women to have menstrual cycles, not only did it cause us, the planet, to be taken out of its natural state and cause it to have these seasons, but it also caused it to rain for 40 nights and 40 days, and it caused a great flood to take place. And then after it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, that's when our ancestors say they first saw this moon. And so they contributed all these anomalies, you know what I mean? I'm tongue-tied right now. That happened. They said they contributed that to the moon. They attributed that to the moon. You feel me? So, like I was saying, get back to the point at hand. Because they trying to tell us that the second scenario that they want us to believe is that this moon formed outside of our galaxy and then somehow made it into our galaxy. And as it was passing the moon, as it was passing our planet, our planet's gravitational pull sucked it in, okay? And that's how it became a part of our orbit. So we just proved that one of these scientists said that, which the scientist who I just read. Okay, we just proved that a scientist called Irwin Erwin I. Shapiro, who works at the Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, says looking at the anomaly and the anomalies and unanswered questions about the moon, the best explanation for the moon is observational error. It does not exist. Okay, and this is a respected figure in astrophysics. This is someone that they speak highly of because they gave him their certificate. You feel me? They gave him their certificate and said that he was smart. So, hey, all right. And so, furthermore, it says in July 1970, two Russian scientists, Mikhail Vazhin and Alexander, whoever, published an article in the Soviet journal Sputnik entitled "The Moon is a Creation of Alien Intelligence." They advanced the theory that the moon is not a completely natural world, but a planetoid that was hollowed out in the far reaches of space by intelligent beings possessing a technology far superior to ours, using a comet to tow it into the Earth. Okay, so supposedly they were supposed to use this. These extraterrestrial beings were supposed to use this a comet to be able to pull this in it, but we know that the moon is hollow. Okay, it's nothing inside this moon, and I'm finna prove that to y'all. Or they finna prove that to y'all through research. You understand what I'm saying? There is nothing in the moon. Okay? And they say, or maybe under its own power. Huge machines were used to melt rock and form large cavities within the moon, spewing the molten refuse on the surface. Protected by a hull-like inner shell, plus a reconstructed outer shell of metallic rocky junk and a gigantic craft. It say this gigantic craft was steered through the cosmos and finally parked in the orbit around the Earth. All right. So basically, what they saying is that these extraterrestrial beings had, and these are real people that I'm quoting from. Okay, they're saying that yeah, Vicky said we have to relearn everything because everything is a lie. You understand what I'm saying? So they saying that because these extraterrestrial beings had such a great form of technology that they were able to use these machines that they had in order to dig into the Earth's surface, to the moon's surface, and dig whatever it is that was in it out in order to hollow it out and make it a spacecraft. You feel me? All over again. That's fact. You have to learn everything all over again. You feel me? So let me tell you something. It says one thing we have to understand is that they're saying that this moon that is in our atmosphere right now is actually too big to be a part of our planet. They're saying that there's other planets out there that are actually bigger than this moon that we are seeing right now, right? That have smaller moons. And that is because the moon that they have, and look, they're saying that the gravitational pull of these other planets are actually so big that they should be able, that they should be able to hold a larger moon than ours. Yet and still, our moon is the biggest moon in the galaxy, okay? And they're saying that our planet is not big enough to hold this moon. As big as this moon is, it should have crashed down into our planet, but it hasn't. You feel me? So we have someone that's saying a planet of our size with such a low gravitational field shouldn't have such a big moon. When we look at other planets with satellites, they are much larger than Earth, which is a much stronger gravitational pull. They say with a much stronger gravitational pull, and their moons are much smaller to them in comparison. They're saying that these planets are way bigger. They have a stronger gravitational pull, and they have smaller moons than we have. Our moon is the biggest motherfucking moon right now, y'all. Our moon is the biggest moon in the galaxy. In the galaxy, bro. But yet and still, it's smaller than the other planets that have moons that are, you see what I'm saying? So how does that sound? We have a weaker gravitational pull. Okay, so what they saying is that, okay, this moon somehow came past our planet and got caught into our gravitational pull. But then we have scientists that's saying right now that when it comes to the laws of astrophysics, this moon is too heavy to be in our atmosphere because our gravitational pull is not strong enough to hold it here. And they can prove this by saying that there are other planets that are bigger than our planet that have smaller moons, but their planet has a stronger gravitational pull. You see what I'm saying? So let me go on and read this, right? Okay? And they say that say other moons are say from what I can see, our moon is an anomaly, and it shouldn't be there. If Earth was to have a moon, it should be much smaller, possibly 30 miles or so in diameter, and very most, and not this giant. It's at the most, at the very most. They saying if the Earth was to have a moon, it should be much smaller, possibly 30 miles or so in diameter at the very most, and not this giant in the sky that we see in the night. Okay? You feel me? They're telling you that the moon that you see, if this planet was to have a moon, it shouldn't be this large because our gravitational pull is too weak for a moon this size. It's not strong enough to hold here. So if this planet was to have a moon, it should be way much smaller, about 30, what did they say? They're saying 30 miles in diameter. It should be 30 miles smaller than what it is. This big is too moon. This moon is too big. My bad. I'm excited. This moon is too big, y'all. So then they go on to say, if the precise and stationary orbit of the moon is seen as sheer coincidence, it is also a coincidence that the moon is at just the right distance from the Earth to completely cover the sun during the eclipse, while the diameter of the moon is a mere 2,160 miles against the sun's gigantic 8,640,000 miles. It is nevertheless in just the right position to block out the sun's flaming corona when it moves between the sun and the Earth. You see? So my point is to say that when we hear about Bill Gates talking about he want to block out the moon, who is Bill Gates? And how is he associated to these reptiles? Okay? Because here it is, we have someone like Bill Gates saying we need to block out the sun. Now we know why they want the sun blocked out. That goes without being said. You feel me? Because the sun it's going to activate a lot of our DNA, especially when this ship comes back into our atmosphere. You feel me? So, how can you possibly do that? How can you block the sun out? Now we see how. Because if they have any control over this moon, then they know that this moon is at the right distance from the sun to completely block out the sun. It can travel in the same rotation as the sun does. You feel me? It can do that. It's in the sheerest of coincidences and only on Earth amongst all the planet is blessed in this fashion. They saying that there is no other moon on any other on any other planet that has a moon and a sun that is in the right distance from it in order to cover it up at any period of time. This is the only planet that has a moon that is at the right distance from the sun in order to cover up the sun completely. You feel me? This is crazy, bro. This moon does not belong in our atmosphere, and this is coming from scientists. People who got their scholarships and got their masters and got they man-made titles to say that, these people did the looking. This ain't research. I'm only doing the research. I'm only researching what they have already searched. You feel me? So now look. Other creditable resources say, let's consider the moon orbit is not nearly a perfect circle but stationary. One side always facing Earth with only the slightest variation. As far as we know, it's the only natural satellite with such an orbit. They're saying that don't no other moon orbit the way that the sun orbits, okay? Every time this moon orbit, the way the moon orbits around the planet one side is always facing us. One side of this moon is constantly facing us. You never see the other side of this moon. They saying that there is no other moon in the galaxy that orbits the way that this moon on our planet orbits. This is an unusual moon, y'all. It's an unnormal moon. You feel me? This moon ain't supposed to be here. It's crazy. You feel me? It says the circular orbit is especially odd considering that the moon's center of mass lies more than a mile closer to the Earth than the geometric center. This fact alone should produce an unstable, wobbly orbit, much like a ball with its mass off center, and I say much like a ball with its mass off center, it will not roll in a straight line. Almost all the other satellites in our solar system orbit in the plane of their planet's equator. Not so much with the moon, whose orbit lies strangely near the Earth orbit around the sun. So they saying that these suns orbit, the sun and the moon orbits the same way, and it shouldn't orbit that way. All right. And so what are they saying? They say straight around the orbit. It's a sun or inclined to the Earth's ecliptic by more than 5 degrees. It say add this that the moon bulge is located on the side facing away from the Earth, thus negating the idea that it was caused by the Earth's gravitational pull, makes for an off-balance world. The only way it could do that, they're saying that if the Earth's gravitational pull caused it to do this way, part of the energy harvesting, they will try to use. What did she say? I can't see it, y'all. She says part of energy harvesting they will try to use as a weapon, but will fail. That's facts. We know the moon gives off a certain energy to it. You feel me? So it's they said that, look, and then somebody went far as to say, wasn't blazes out of the moon doing way out there? It's too far out to be a true satellite of the Earth. It's too big to have been captured by the Earth, okay? They saying that this moon is really too big to have been they're saying that this moon is way too big to have been pulled in by the Earth. And as I just said, by this moon being as big as it is, even if it was pulled in naturally by the Earth, then it should have came crashing down to this planet. This is what they're saying. This moon is fake. Okay? So they say that these are all scientific, these are all people say have truth and the rest is twisted lies, but it's a universal law to tell us the truth. Yes, you have to understand they have to tell us the truth, right? But they have to give us a lie. This is why they tell you that the moon is a natural satellite of the planet. And then when we look at what the word satellite actually really means, if you look up the definition of it, it means a spacecraft or a spaceship. So they're telling you the truth, but they're giving it to you in the form of a lie. They tell you that it's a natural satellite. You not knowing what a satellite is because being taught satellites in school, you was taught that the satellite was something that they flew up in. Most of us think the satellites is a way for us to get reception for televisions and things like that so that we can see what's going on in other televisions. We don't know that satellites are basically spacecrafts or spaceships. They ain't tell us that. They count on us to be dummies, y'all. Understand that. You feel me? So let's go ahead. So they saying this is believed to have been created by a giant impact between the young Earth and Mars over the years. Okay, they're telling you that another belief. Let me see. Been created to impact of young Mars. After examination, it has been noted that the moon is apparently in the wrong orbit. They saying that it is believed to have been created by a giant impact between the young Earth and a Mars-sized body. Okay, so that goes back to what I just told y'all about the moon, okay, and how the moon was created by, this planet that was supposed to crash into, which Nibiru. You have to understand it. One of these spaceships that came from the planet of Meldeck actually crashed into the moon. I told you guys, crashed into planet Tiamat because that's the original name of this planet, okay? And that's where you get the meteor shower that they say that eventually killed off these dinosaurs. We spoke on this on our Facebook channel, okay? So I don't really want to go back into that too much, okay? And so they saying that once this happened, it goes back to what I just said earlier about this other spaceship crashing into our planet, right? Which when we see, that's what you see. When you're looking at the Grand Canyon, this is from one of these ships that came from the planet Meldeck that, was released from planet Nibiru's gravitational pull that came crashing down into the planet, all right? And caused this planet, this little chunk of space to fly out into orbit, all right? That's what you see when you look at the Grand Canyon, all right? So what they saying is after examination, it has been noted that the moon is apparently in the wrong orbit for its size, right? According to its current assumed density, astronomy data indicates that the internal regions of the moon are less dense than the outer, giving rise to the inevitable speculation that it could be hollow. They saying that the inside of the moon is light. is lighter than the outside of the moon. You see what I'm saying? So they say some of these claims come from the fact that when meteors strike the moon, it rings like a bell. So look, it's been noted. Now this is proof that the moon is hollowed out inside, okay? And so when we talk about spaceships and things like that, we understand from the depiction and the images that they have given us on television of spaceships that the inside of a spaceship is hollow. It has nothing in it. Now, what would we consider hollow? A house. We're going to use this as an example. If you want to be technical, the outside of this house has a hollow inside, okay? Which I'm sitting in the hollow inside of this room that I'm in right now. So that's what they saying that the moon is. The moon has no inside to it. We getting into something now, y'all. You feel me? They saying that the moon, the inside of the moon is lighter than the outside of the moon. Okay? Some of these claims, they go on to say that some of these claims come from the fact that when meteors strike the moon, it rings like a bell, okay? When the Apollo crew on November 20th, 1969, released the lunar module after returning to the orbiter. The module impact with the moon caused a systematic equipment to register a continuous reverberation of more than an hour. Now, some of them say, you have to understand, a reverberation, whatever that word is, it means to echo. I'm gonna give it to y'all in a simple form. They released a module. NASA released a module out to strike the moon after they supposedly landed on this moon. Okay, they something out to strike this moon, which caused the moon to ring like a bell for over 3 hours. Okay, so this is the proof of them telling you that the moon is hollow, bro. So we already proved. Going back over, we already proved that our ancestors and other, people's ancestors have said that it was a time that there was no moon being seen in the sky. You feel me? And now scientists are going further on to tell us that they sent something out to the moon, that the moon is one too heavy to even be in our system because, and the weight, compared to our gravitational pull, should have caused the moon to come crashing into our planet. Not only that, they sent the module out, they hit the moon, they caused this moon to ring for over 3 hours. If this ain't telling y'all the realm we stay in is fake, it's nothing but an illusion, then these people can put a moon in our sky, y'all. Say you're different in awakening by teaching yourself and then others. That's facts, Kevin. You understand? They're able to put a moon in our sky. So then, have you ever noticed that China created a sun, y'all, that they launched into the sky in the middle of the night and it lit the sky up? I know y'all seen the video. So this tell you, come on, this is facts that they're able to put things into our sky. You see what I'm saying? And they said that this sun was 3 to 5 times hotter than the original sun. Okay? They're able to put these type of things into our sky. So when you see China doing things like that, this shouldn't be too far-fetched. You feel me? Stuff like this should not be too far-fetched. If they could put a sun in the sky, then we know that they could put a moon in the sky. You hear me? Let's open our eyes, man. You hear me? Okay, so now we just found out that NASA sent out something that would hit this moon and cause this moon to ring like a bell for over 3 hours. For over 3 hours, y'all, that's ridiculous, bro. The moon is hollow, bro. You feel me? The moon is not real. Okay? They say another impossibility that has always been an embarrassment to the scientific establishment is that the obvious fact that the object that an object as heavy as the moon caught in the Earth's gravity would inevitably come crashing down upon us at immense speeds. Responses to this argument from the lunar artists have always, well, you know what? That's the point that I'm trying to make right here. They saying that another impossibility that has always been an embarrassment to the scientific establishment is that the obvious fact that the object as heavy as the moon caught in the Earth's gravity would inevitably come crashing down upon us fast as fuck. You feel me? They saying that this moon, as heavy as it is, should not be out. This is an anomaly to the. I can't even pronounce the word right now, y'all. You feel me? They saying that this should not. The moon is too big. As big as it is in our gravitational pull, it should come crashing down on us with at a fast pace. You feel me? That's crazy. Okay, and then they also go on to say, however, eminent scientists working in defiance of the establishment have proven continuously using the most scrumptious methods that if an object as it say that if an object such as the moon really existed, it could not remain fixed in the sky for very long. Proactive arguments in support of this finding return to closer examination of the original mathematical formula generally referenced when relying to solidify the moon's improbable existence. Okay, so they're saying that where F gravitational attention, G the gravitational constant, M mass of one body, M mass of the second body, R distance between the two bodies. So basically, what they're trying to get at, and they're trying to say it is, in order for this moon to remain in the sky, it would always have to rotate the same way around. It couldn't be, it have to rotate at the same distance from the sun and the moon if it was to stay in the sky. You feel me? They saying that it would have to stay at a consistent distance, y'all. It couldn't come closer and it couldn't come further, okay? So then they go on to say, established by Newton himself, this numerical gem is based completely on assumption that the moon travels in a concentric circle around the planet. F, the gravitational attraction holding the moon to its true path requires that R, the distance between the two celestial bodies, remain consistent. They have to, okay, if this is the sun, this is the moon, and I am the planet Earth, this moon will have to rotate consistently at the same distance from the sun and the earth in order to maintain its stable position in our gravitational pull. You hear me? This is what they're saying. All right? And so let's go on. You feel me? It's a should the distance r decrease at any given moment, the gravitational force will increase in strength. Meaning that if it decreased or increased, that the gravitational pull will get weak and it will fall. It will come crashing down on us. If the moon went any further, any closer to the sun, or any closer to the earth, then it should. Then that means that moon should either fall, come crashing down on us. You feel me? It say when this event occurs, the moon will be pulled toward this planet. According to Newton's theory that a body set in motion remains in motion, such an incident will initiate a logical series of events with a signature chaotic result. Propagated drawing of the satellite to planet until the two massive bodies collide. They're saying that if this was to happen, that this will cause the moon to come crashing down on us, y'all. So now we understand, bro. What you have to understand is that it's been proven that the moon does not rotate at a consistent distance from both celestial bodies. Okay, meaning the sun and the earth. It does not do that. When the moon rotates, at some point it comes closer to the moon, to the sun, and at some point it comes closer to the earth. So it's not rotating with that same amount of distance. You hear me? It's not rotating with that same amount of distance. It's always going at some point closer to the sun or closer to the moon. So that fact alone is telling you that it's something, it's some bullshit here, y'all, going on. It's a lot of people involved. You understand what I'm telling y'all? That's facts. Because the way that the planet rotates, that means that the way that the moon rotates means that this moon should have already come crashing down on us. You feel me? Let's see. Let me see where I'm at, y'all. I'm kind of everywhere with this, right? I could have next time. You know what? I'm gonna do a better job at organizing for y'all next time. All right. It's a and so they say the now fashionable dogma is the route followed by the celestial bodies is not circular but a concave oval with an origin point at the center. In the case of the Earth, the sun. In the case of the moon, the Earth, followed by a spiraling series of pathways. Thus, the moon is not maintaining a consistent distance from our planet or orbiting the satellite. It's a our orbiting satellite is forever oscillating toward us, drawing near, drawing near than distant in a continuous cycle. Each successive approach brings the massive wonder closer to our midst. They're saying that every time this moon rotates, it's not keeping that distance that it needs to keep in order to stay orbiting the way that it orbits. It's actually coming closer to us every time it orbits, which furthermore disproves what they're saying. In balance. You hear me? Yeah. You feel me? So it denotes what they're saying. They're saying that it has to keep a consistent distance from both celestial bodies. And it's not because it's coming closer to us as it orbits around the planet. That furthermore says that there is no way that this moon should be in the sky. You feel me? What does it say? In other words, the moon. It's saying, in other words, the moon does not indeed alter its distance from the Earth. So why is it not widespread knowledge that the end, mathematically predicted by Newton's own formula, has been anticipated and is drawing near? Due to some irrational explanation, the moon has managed to defy those very laws of physics that were originally developed to prove its existence. So they tried to go on, y'all, and prove some other shit, try to put some other shit in place to say that this is why the moon exists. Because it's keeping the law of physics says that if it stays at a complete distance from the sun, from the sun and the planet Earth, then it can orbit in our sky, even though it's heavier, it's too heavy to maintain itself in our gravitational pull. But then they're saying that that's a lie because the moon, every time it orbit, it's come closer to the moon. So it's not orbit, it's not keeping that consistent orbit that it needs in order to maintain that pull if we was to use Newton's laws of gravity or laws of physics. You hear me? Y'all like it up, man. Like it up as y'all come in. Please just say this. You hear me? That's crazy, y'all. Let's see. Let me see where I'm at. Okay. It says, the chemical composition of the dust upon which the rocks set differ remarkably from the rocks themselves. Contrary to acceptable theories that the dust results from withering and breakup of rocks themselves, the rocks had to have come from somewhere else. So now let me tell y'all what's going on right now. They're telling you right now that even the surface of the moon that we see, that we assume to be rocks, because they want you to believe that the moon is nothing more than a big rock and they're telling you that this is why the sun hits the moon, which causes the moon to light up in the middle of the night. You hear me? This is what they're saying. But they tell you that the surface of the moon is not rocks. They're telling you that even the rocks that's on the surface of the moon had to have came from somewhere else. Okay? Because the surface, the shit ain't original. This is what they're saying. They said that the chemical composition of the dust upon which the rocks sat differed remarkably from the rocks themselves, contrary to accepted theories that the dust resulted from withering and breakup of the rocks themselves. The rocks had to have come from somewhere else. You feel me? Let me see. It's a heavier elements on surface. Normal planetary consumption results in heavier elements of the core and lighter material at the surface, not so which the moon. Well, you know, if we get too far into it. So what I want y'all to say is, okay, even scientists say that when they went up to this moon, when they were supposed to land on this moon, right, they said that they tried to drill into the moon and they could not drill into the moon. And when the little bit that they could drill into this moon, right, that it was like metal shavings that came from the moon. So what they saying is that the rocks that we see on top of the moon is not actually rocks. It was just something that was placed on top of this moon to make it look a certain way. But when they dug into it, it was actually some form of metal that was under this moon. You feel me? This is what they're saying. They saying that it's actually some form of metal that is on this moon, and this metal was so strong that they could not dig through it. Okay? They couldn't even dig through it. You feel me? So this is what I really wanted to point out to you guys, man. It's a lot of stuff right now. Let me see. That, we prove that, we have to go. Me personally, man, as I look into this research, I have to honor exactly what my ancestors have told me. They told me that this moon was a reptilian mothership that was placed in our earth to cause certain cataclysmic events to take place. This is how they control tsunamis and things like that. That stuff comes from the moon. Earthquakes, so on and so forth. This comes from the moon. Our women are now having menstrual cycles due to the moon. And this is what our ancestors are telling us. These people were here way before we came along. They weren't trying to keep these people. This is around the time that they say that these beings actually came to this planet. You feel me? You say, I am mad late, but I'm about to run it back. That's facts. You feel me? They saying that this is why this moon was here. This moon has stabilized the seasons. It created seasons, okay, inside this realm that we stay in. Because before this moon came along, there was no such thing as seasons. Okay? It was as if it was mist. It was a misty. It was like when you come out in the morning, you feel it changed the state of our planet because the planet had giant redwood sequoia trees. Way larger than these trees that you see now. And that is furthermore proof that we fell in frequency. We used to be taller than what we are. Okay? They told you that it was as if you would come out in the morning. You know how you come out in the morning and it's foggy outside? That's how this planet looked. It was a consistent fog with almost, and it was almost like a state of consistent drizzle as well. Constant drizzle. You feel me? They said that you couldn't feel the rays of the sun. You could only see the sun through the mist. That furthermore lets you know that it's hot. And we know that because whenever it rains outside and the sun comes out after that, the humidity is crazy. So we know that the planet was hot and moisty. You feel me? And all that changed once this moon came into our atmosphere. It caused it to rain for 40 days and 40 nights, which is what we get the biblical context of the rain and the great flood that took place. And that's when they say they seen this. Not only our ancestors, but the Arcadians, so on and so forth. They say that it was a time for the moon. We went over stuff that when they said that biblical context says that it was a time for the moon and everything else. So we know that it was a point in time that this moon never existed inside our planet. So the question arises is, what is this moon and why is it here? What role does it play? It's time for us to wake up, y'all. Everything, I told y'all, man, this moon is a mothership that was set in place to keep us under the spell of Leviathan, which is the spell of sleep. This moon that we see every night when we come outside helps us stay in a state of amnesia. It keeps us rooted in our first chakra, which wants us to go out and constantly figure out how we're going to survive in life. You understand what I'm saying? Which is going to keep us wanting material things in life, so on and so forth. You understand what I'm saying? This is what this moon is intended to do. And I feel like they're trying so hard to keep us under that spell of sleep at this very moment. And this is why you see the moon out all day, every day. This is why you can come out at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and see the moon out in the sky. You feel me? And so, even though I told y'all that this moon was fake, for those of you who follow me on Facebook, even though I told y'all that this moon was fake to begin with, I had to go and dig up some research to show y'all other sources that say that this moon did not originally dwell in our atmosphere. You understand what I'm saying? I had to go dig up creditable resources that have the certificates that most people look for in terms of what would deem them intelligent enough for you to believe. You feel me? So I went and dug that up for y'all. I got the information for y'all, man. And I hope that this really, really wakes a few people up in terms of how everything in this realm that we stay in is manipulated in order to in some way, form, or fashion control us. You feel me? I feel like this is a big indicator that if they could put a moon in our sky, what else can they do? And it's proven that if China launched a sun into our sky, y'all, you feel me? If China launched a sun into our sky in the middle of the night and it lit the nighttime up, what else can they do? Do you think it's too far-fetched to say that they could have put this moon in our sky? Because you have to understand, if they've already been in contact with these extraterrestrial beings, if they're communicating with these beings, then their technology would have been far greater than what we see today. This portal that I'm speaking to you through right now is nothing compared to the technology that they have. And China is proving that. Shonda say, I put a post on Facebook years ago asking why was the moon out in the daytime? Never got a response though. That was like, I want to say about 6 to 7 years ago. That's facts. You feel me? We got to start questioning stuff, y'all. We got to start wondering. We got to start questioning everything around us enough to be able to want to go look deep into it, because I can guarantee you there's an answer for everything that we seek. You feel me? It's an answer for everything that we seek, bro. This is a matrix, bro. Everything around us is fake. I personally feel like it's a computer generated system that we stand in. You have to understand. Not only it's been proven. A lot of y'all haven't even went to go look up what a drink of codes is. We live in the light matrix, y'all. Okay, this realm that we stay in is fake. You feel me? But the bigger question is why? You say everyone was asleep on that question, huh? Right, and you know what they say, man? Don't nobody watch the sky no more. Don't nobody watch the sky no more. But see, the biggest question is we should be asking, why are they going this far? You feel me? Why are they going this far for them to want to do this type of stuff? You feel me? Then you have to ask yourself, who are we? You feel me? Who are we that they would go this far, that they would want to keep us caged in? Tell the people how they're making clouds now. No one wants to open their eyes and say, why are they doing this? That's facts. See, we know why they're making the clouds, y'all. You have to understand. We know why they're making the clouds, okay? Because, and this is not to be disrespectful to anybody that's in my lab. Everything I say is for educational purposes only. But you have to understand that there's facts to this. Every person that is on this planet will not be considered nature, okay? They are not indigenous to this planet. Therefore, because they are not indigenous to this planet, they can't take the environment of the planet. Facts. I just seen one today, making them. You hear me? So that means that so many people are not able to. You have to understand that, you know, certain people burn under the sun. Okay? And so in order for them not to burn, because, you know, pretty soon you're going to go through, pretty soon, you know, if you burn, what happens when you cook an egg? When the egg gets too hot, it starts to cook, right? So they put these skies in the planet. I mean, they put these see the clouds. They do a lot of things, man. See, you have to understand that at one point, this planet, I just showed you that the Zulu, our Zulu ancestors said what? That, you know, this was a planet that was consistently moist at all time. Okay? And that's why the planet was able to maintain is greenness, the greenness of the planet. You feel me? So they know that, if we're gonna make seasons and things like that, then we have to find a way to keep this planet moist. So they use these clouds to make sure that it rains at some point in time so that the planet will not fully dry out. That's why they use them. That's why they use the clouds. Now, not only that, but they also use these clouds to keep the rays of the sun from burning certain individuals that are not indigenous to the planet. You feel me? And who else knows what? You know what it is? I'm gonna dig into that. I'm gonna dig into that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because and I'm advise all y'all to do the same thing. You feel me? Damn. I'm advise all y'all to do the same thing, man. You cannot believe what everybody tell you, bro. You have to get out there and do the research for yourself. And even once you do the research for yourself, you have to become a detective enough to be able to discern what is true or not. You understand what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah, it charges certain individuals. Annihilate Savages say it charges individuals. And that's why I was just telling y'all, man, you have to understand that this second sun or this planet that's coming back into our atmosphere is finna cause us to basically it's gonna activate our genetics. You're gonna start seeing us become the superheroes that they depict in these movies. You feel me? All right. And so with that being said, man, I was kind of all over the place today, man. I hope y'all enjoyed, the information that I gave y'all today. And I also hope that this motivates y'all to go out and do the research for y'allself. Because you shouldn't want to just believe everything that somebody tells you, which is why, I went to basically get this research for myself to be able to show y'all that, the things that I say, I'm just not speaking about it. I actually do the research to basically be able to, talk to y'all about what I'm talking about. You feel me? You feel me? So I'm not just sitting here telling y'all something that I don't know. I read, I meditate, I do what is necessary in order for me to get the answers to be able to give to y'all. You feel me? So I'm advising y'all to do the same thing, man. Do the research, man. I hope y'all enjoyed what bit of information that I gave y'all today. I feel like we debunked a lot of things, and we debunked the fact that the moon was not originally formed around the same time that they say that this planet was formed. Okay? They want you to believe that this moon was here around the same time that this planet was formed, which we just proved through our ancestors, through biblical context, so on and so forth, that it was a period of time that this moon did not exist, yet and still this planet was here. Okay? Then they wanted us to believe that this moon was formed outside of our galaxy and somehow was passing the planet and was caught in the atmosphere at the time that it was at the time it was passing this planet, and we just proved that this moon is basically too heavy to even be held inside our gravitational pull. It should not be even orbiting around our planet because it's too heavy. In fact, it should have crashed into our planet at this point. You feel me? We just proved that. We just proved that that NASA, you feel me, sent out a module that they used to basically crash into the moon, and it caused the moon to ring like a bell for over 3 hours. So that furthermore goes on to show that the moon is hollow on the inside. Not based off what I'm saying, but based off what the people that they would deem very intelligent. This based off what they saying. You feel me? So we proved that the moon is hollow. And if the moon is hollow, the moon could be just like this room that I'm in. You understand what I'm saying? It could be a bed in there. It could be a dresser in there. It could be a TV in there. You understand what I'm saying? It's hollow. But that bed, that dresser, and everything else wouldn't prevent an echo from happening, because as I'm speaking to you right now, it's an echo in this room. You see what I'm saying? So that only says that it's a possibility, if not a fact, that our reptilian beings that are living inside of that moon that are watching us all around the clock 24 hours a day. Okay? It's not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched that they put this moon in the sky. And that could be proven from the fact that China put a sun in the sky that they made. That alone should tell you how deep and how great their technology is at this point. It's way further than the phone. You feel me? It's way past the phone thing. You feel me? And so with that being said, man, I want to leave you guys as I can, man. I want you guys to always be aware. Because to be aware is to be alive. And as always, peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Ashay. And until next time, man, y'all already know what it is.